Hey, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It's Amy Gretchen, and I am working on days 16 and 17 in my 2019 December daily album. That was a lot of numbers all at once. So, first up, I'm working on day 16, and for this day, I'm using the accordion that I created probably a week or two before December started. I think it was when Allie Edwards did her December prep party online. I think that is when I created this. So I just created a file in my Silhouette Design Studio where it just had hexagons, and then I cut out one of the hexagons because I knew I wanted to put something in the center. I just wanted some interest there. And then I created in the front, I created that snowflake hexagon that Pam Baldwin had in Allie Edwards' December product play class this year. And I thought that that would be really cool on the outside. Originally, when I had this idea, I was thinking that I would put the number on the outside. But then I saw that snowflake and I thought that would be so beautiful there. The one thing about that snowflake that I have since learned, though, once I get finished with this day, is it's very bulky. And so I'm either going to have to take it off or maybe do something else, figure something else out, just because it is really making my album bulky. But we'll see. I haven't made any hard decisions yet. So we'll see what ends up happening coming up. But anyway, you can see that I've got like all of my pieces laid out. So when I had my folder on the screen, you saw that I kind of just pulled everything out. This is a quote. It's not really a quote. It's basically a question. It says, "What is making your heart happy right now?" And that is the prompt that I gave my family. So I think we've all been a little not feeling the Christmas vibe for whatever reason. And so I said to them, what is making your heart happy right now? And I asked them to write it down. So you can see on screen, I also have just some white paper that I cut some hexagons out of, and I put the letter stickers that came in the main kit. Of course, I think this is like everyone's favorite thing from the kit. So I included that one for everyone. So it's everyone's initials. And then on the back side, there was a spot for 2, but I actually only had one more A left because I had used the A's. Such a bummer. I would really love a sheet of every letter in this font because it's so great. So I decided to just put my husband and I together since both of our names start with A. His name is Adam. So because we were all just kind of doing one thing, I told my kids they could do one or more. They just needed to be within this space. So basically everyone just did one thing. So I knew that, Adam and I would be able to fit our responses in there. And then next to us, I went ahead and I've got this quote. So this quote that says, you can't see it right now. It said happiness. Oh, what does it say? I can't remember. But it was on vellum and it was written out in white. And I did that using We Are Memory Keeper's Fuse tool. I really love, there it is. Oh, I missed it again. I really love the Fuse tool because you can write out with a foil. So I thought that that was really cool. So that's how I got the white there. And that quote, like I said, was from Paislee Press. I think it was from it was like a happiness kit or something like that. I will definitely have it linked below. And then you saw the 16 that I had there. So that was a 16 that I created also using the We Are Memory Keepers Fuse tool. And I will have the video linked below. And you can see the card up above on this video of how I created those numbers. And I actually explain in quite a lot of detail how I'm using the Fuse tool. So if you're interested to see how I'm using the Fuse tool, you can go ahead and check out that video. So now I'm adding the string or the ribbon or the twine so that I can close up this hexagon. Actually, I think it's pretty secure. I think it would stay closed in the album, but it's just, not a safety thing, but it's definitely going to secure it. So it's going to keep it closed. And then of course I like how it looks, almost like a little present. And I like the added texture there. And there is a chipboard that says happy heart. So it definitely goes with the question, but I was having a really hard time getting it to stick because the snowflake is really popped up, and it's like these little pieces of paper that I'm trying to stick this onto. So I added some glue to see if maybe that would help. And I was holding it in place because the glue, while it is, secure and holds down really well, it takes time, it takes some time for it to dry. So I was kind of holding it there, hoping that it would work. And then what I ended up doing is I decided, I'm going to tie it up and tie it in place and see if that works. If then the glue takes hold and I'm able to secure it that way. So I'm just going to set it aside, put it in my album for now, and then I will come back to it when I am done. Yeah, I was like noting that it was adding quite a lot of bulk to my album. All right, so we are moving on to day 17. So day 17 is a wish list for the rest of December. Really, it's what I'm kind of hoping for the rest of December. And right now I am working on the word wish. So this is actually a digital file that I got from Paislee Press, another Paislee Press file. I think it came from last year's December kit. You Are My Fave number 7. And she had a file that says wish list. And I just went ahead and I took the wish. I think I made it a little bit bigger actually, and then cut it out with my silhouette. It was actually a little bit harder to cut out with my silhouette because I don't know if the paper was a little too thick. I think actually my blade is getting kind of dull, and I did not want to change it, but I ended up having to cut it out a couple times because I wrecked it the first time, which is kind of irritating. Anyway, so I was able to do it, but there were a lot of little pieces that you'll see. I end up getting my X-Acto off and trying to see if I can get out. I don't know if they're like little fibers. I guess it's little fibers from the paper. But I really like the dimension of cutting multiple pieces and putting them on top of each other because it just makes it look more like a chipboard. And I just like the look of it a lot. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of getting rid of some of the little fibers that are showing or pulling away from the paper that I didn't get the first time when I was taking it off the paper. Anyway, just one of those things that you don't have to do, but it was bugging me, and so I wanted to do it. Anyway, so I'm going to end up putting this on the outside of a bag. So this is like a party bag that you would get at Zerkers. I'm not even sure how you say it. And so it's a little too big for the album. I've used them in my 6x8 albums before, but I needed to cut it down. So I just, cut off what it looks like, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm just going to add some score tape. I'm using the 1/8 inch just so I have enough space on the inside for my list. And I'm just using that X-Acto to help get off the release paper. And then making sure that it is adhered down really well. And then I'm going to add my holes. So I'm again using my alligator clip to kind of help me make sure that I'm getting the holes in the right place. And then I wanted to test it just to make sure that I did in fact get them in the right place. And now I'm going to assemble the word. And under wish, I'm going to add list with a different font. So I was thinking maybe I would add the big letters, but they were just a little too big. And so I added the smaller letter stickers, and I believe both of them maybe came from Studio Calico. It's possible it might have come from Ali Edwards, the smaller ones. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, because when, like I was saying, I had some issue cutting this out, I couldn't find the dot on the I. And so I thought, it could kind of be cute to have the number 17 as the dot on the I. So I grabbed over the red circle numbers that I have. I really love these. I know I've mentioned that before, and decided to make it be the dot on the I. And so now I'm just going to adhere the word wish, if I can say it and if I can do it. And then I will adhere down the number 17. And I really just love that pop of color on with the black word. And then I like the circle against all the circle, like the gold circles. And now I am adhering down the word list with the bold. So this actually has the uppercase and lowercase stickers. So I just went ahead and I'm using the uppercase just because I definitely wanted it to have a different feel of the font, if that makes sense. Plus, I didn't want to have to worry about another dot above the I. So that was another reason I decided to go with all caps there. All right, so now, like I said, I'm adhering down the number, and I did pop it up with pop dots just to give it a little bit of dimension. And now I am working on my list. So this is a file that came, I think it was, I had the digital version. I went ahead and printed it out, but I think it came with the 3x8 paper pack. And she does have a smaller version of this, which is just 1 through 5. And I just really loved the big numbers and I loved the colors, and I definitely wanted it to use it. I could have used just the 1 through 5, but thought that I could totally make it work by folding the paper towards the bottom. So I knew that it wouldn't fit in, but I thought I could definitely fold it and that would be fine. Like I knew that that would not bother me to do that. So I end up getting my scoreboard and then scoring it between the 8 and the 9. And then I'm just going to fold that down and put it into the bag. I think I end up folding it backwards because you could kind of see the white, and I just wanted you to be able to kind of see through and see the numbers. So I did fold it backwards. And now I'm going to make it look like a tag by putting on some ribbon. So I just punched a hole and I'm just grabbing whatever ribbon I have on my desk, which is this chevron ribbon that I got from May Arts. I've bought a pack of that years ago and I'm still working through it. I think it's almost gone because I've been using it. I use it for everything. I use it for scrapbooking, December daily. I use it for Christmas gift wrapping and birthday gift wrapping. It's just so versatile. And then I grabbed over this baker's twine that is gold and white. That's another one that I have been working through for a long time, and both of them are almost gone. And so I'm just trying to decide if there's something more that I want to add. And I decide that I'm going to tie up the red one, not in a bow. I'm just going to tie it into a knot. And then I decide that I do want to add another little element, just another little piece. I could have just left it as is, but I thought adding something would be more festive, especially when you pull out the tag. You're going to see the tag separate from the bag. So I thought that it'd be fun to add something. So of course I went to my ephemera pack that I got from the Crepe Paper Snowflake collection. And there is this Merry Day tag that I guess it just says Merry on it. And it's kind of pinky. It's got some gold on it. I think it's more of a rose gold. It's definitely more of a yellowy gold. So I grabbed that over and I thought that that looked really great with the tag. And just kind of finished everything off. So you guys, that is it for days 16 and 17. I'm just kind of trying to clean off my desk here so I can show you what I've been working on. And of course, I need to completely finish day 16. So that Happy Heart chipboard, I realized that it wasn't sticking because it didn't really have anything to stick to because of those petals. And so I grabbed over a pop dot, and that pop dot would be the one thing that would stick to the bottom, and then everything would be raised up. And that actually ended up working out really, really great. So if you've made one of those snowflakes and you're trying to put something in the middle of it, try using a pop dot. That would definitely help. Anyway, you guys, that is it for me for days 16 and 17. I hope things are going really well for those of you that are working through your December dailies right now. I can't believe we are over halfway and we are almost nearing the end. Thank you guys so much for being here through all of this. It really means a lot to me. And if you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. All right, you guys, we will see you in the next one. Bye.